Hello and welcome back to my vlogs. As you can see, this is going to be an exciting set of vlogs because I'm on holiday in Italy. I'm travelling around Tuscany through to Florence and then to Cinque Terre, and I'm going to be taking all of you along with me on my adventures. And I actually arrived in Tuscany 2 days ago, but I haven't filmed for the past 2 days because I wanted to unwind a bit and just relax and settle into the holiday. And today I'm going to be going to the village of San Gimignano, so I'm going to be showing you around, taking you along with me as I explore the village, and I can't wait to share it with you. So in Tuscany, I'm staying just south of Florence. I think it's a 40-minute drive south of Florence, and I'm staying in a really beautiful agriturismo, which is basically like a farm that has a B&B in it. So they have their own vineyards, their own olive groves, so they make wine and olive oil, and the farmhouse is decorated so beautifully. So this is the room that I'm staying in, and you can see it's got beautiful old prints with pictures of Florence, since we're not far. And then, because I'm in the tower, the ceiling is just amazing with big old wooden beams and terracotta tiles. And there's a lovely four-poster bed with lovely old linen hangings. It's just so pretty. Even the wood at the back of the bed is just stunning. And then there's a lovely old big pot, a clay pot. And then out the window, this is the view. And it's just really beautiful, and I've spent the last 2 days just by the pool doing nothing basically. Actually yesterday I also went on a tour of the wine cellars, so around to see where they produce the wine, and the lady who owns the property was talking about the family history and all the history of like generations before her who owned the property. And of course at the end we also tried some wines. That was really good, but it was lovely to learn more about the place we're staying in and the area. And yeah, it's been a really good time so far, and I feel really welcomed. Located only an hour's drive from Florence in the heart of Tuscany, San Gimignano is a classic medieval hilltop town that is today classified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. During the medieval times, tower houses were built by the wealthy as a display of power, but also as a form of protection. In Italy, competitive patrician families built towers on their urban palazzi with the aim of building the tallest. At its peak, San Gimignano had 72 of these towers, earning it the name the Town of Fine Towers. Today only 14 remain, however it is still the town with the highest number of preserved tower houses. The tallest of these is Torre Grossa, which was built in 1310 and is an impressive 54 metres tall. Located in Piazza del Duomo, this building has for centuries been a symbol of civic pride and even today can't fail to amaze visitors. Torre Grossa, rather than being part of a house, was built by the municipal authorities as a bell tower and military watchtower. During my visit, I climbed the 218 steps to the top for the best views of the town and the countryside beyond. From here I could see everything, the patchwork of clay-tiled roofs like an island in a sea of lush green hills, and below the square with an old well at its centre and people milling around enjoying a gelato under the Tuscan sun. You can even catch a glimpse of the original bell and admire the beautiful frescoes of the Palazzo Comunale below, which is part of the museum. One place you simply must visit during a trip to San Gimignano is Gelateria Dondoli, which is renowned for selling the best gelato in the world. Yes, you heard that right. This gelateria, with its small shop hidden in a Tuscan hilltop town, won the Ice Cream World Championship, as well as an impressive collection of other awards and prizes for their delicious creations. Now, if you know me, then you know my love for gelato, and I had to make a stop here as a reward for climbing all those steps. And I can confirm wholeheartedly that it was delicious. Afterwards, I browsed the boutiques which line the town's quaint streets. Artists and artisans sell a range of local products, like these gorgeous hand-painted ceramics which, if I could afford it, I would fill my kitchen with. San Gimignano is also famous for dried salamis made from wild boar, and its white wine, the Vernaccia di San Gimignano. This is my favourite white wine, so I was thrilled to try it in its town of origin. It is produced from the ancient variety of Vernaccia grape, grown on the sandstone hillsides in this region. Vernaccia is even mentioned by Dante in his Divine Comedy as being the cause of Pope Martin IV's gluttony. Next I stepped inside the Collegiate Church of San Gimignano, also known as the Duomo di San Gimignano, which is a Roman Catholic church built during the 10th century. This church may be rather unassuming from the outside, built in the same brown bricks as the rest of the city, but on the inside it is like a jewel box, with every inch covered in the most beautiful frescoes I have ever seen, and which have been described by UNESCO as works of outstanding beauty. San Gimignano may be small, but it has so much to offer and is worth visiting to travel back in time to a classic medieval Tuscan town. So I had a wonderful day in San Gimignano because it was such a beautiful town, really small, quite touristy, so there were lots of tourists there, but there were also lots of lovely boutiques with like local salamis, because in this region in Tuscany it's really traditional to use wild boar. So there were lots of wild boar meats, there was wine from the region like Chianti, which is a red wine, and Vernaccia, which is the local white wine. And obviously lots of regional products like leather goods and things like that, so it was really lovely to walk around and see what they make and just to explore the town, because for the past few days we've been in the countryside. It's lovely. I'm walking through the olive groves now because when I came back with my family we went to the pool for a little bit just to cool down because it's been really hot today, and now we're just walking around the countryside enjoying the sunset and the lovely tranquility of the Tuscan countryside. And these olive groves actually belong to the AgriTourismo, which is like the B&B where I'm staying, because they create their own olive oil, their own wine. And I've actually already been on a wine tour, so I toured the cellars and I tried the wines that they produce, and oh my gosh, it was such a wonderful experience because I've never been taught how to taste wine. So she taught us the process, the technique, she showed us where they produce it and spoke about the family history, because this house and the land has been passed down in her family for generations, the lady who owns the B&B, and it was so fascinating to learn all about it. And for example, she was talking about her childhood memories, because nowadays they kind of hire people to harvest, but before it was a local affair, so everyone would come together. They'd have carts pulled by cows, and they had flower crowns made of roses for the cows to keep flies and bugs away from their eyes and ears, so that they were more peaceful, so to stop them from being agitated. And she said the smell of the roses on the cows sweat, and then the grapes which were put in the cart behind the cows, like because they'd already started fermenting because of the heat and everything, and she said that smell brings such childhood memories back to her. So I thought it was just fascinating to listen to her talking about her life growing up here, because it's so interesting, and it's so nice as well to meet people and hear local stories. So it's been wonderful staying there. I love it so much. She's such a lovely host really, because every time we go to the restaurant for dinners or to have breakfast there, she always comes and greets us and asks us what we're doing, gives us recommendations and talks about what we've done. So it's so pleasant to stay here. So tomorrow will be my last day staying here, and we're probably going to spend this whole day by the pool, so I'll show you around the pool area a little bit because it's very beautiful with amazing views over the countryside. And then after that we're going to go to Florence, which will be exciting because I can't wait to see, you know, the house of the Medici family, see all the art there, the Renaissance art. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. It's always been a dream of mine to go to Florence. I'm really excited, but for now I'm just enjoying the peacefulness of being in the countryside. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the concept of an agriturismo, but they are my family's favourite places to stay in Italy. The word itself is a combination of agricoltura, meaning agriculture, and turismo, meaning tourism. An agriturismo is effectively a farm which receives guests, and in my opinion is one of the best ways to get an authentic taste of rural life in Italy. To earn this title, all food served at an agriturismo must be prepared from raw materials produced either on the farm itself or from local merchants. I stayed at Tenuta Ilcorno, a farm with an ancient tradition in the cultivation of grapes and the production of wine, which has been continued since the 14th century. As well as this, they have fields of olive groves, and they've been using the same mills since the 15th century to produce their high-quality olive oils. The property was bought by the current family at the end of the 19th century from the heirs of the Grand Duke Leone Strozzi, and Contessa Maria Giulia still runs the estate today. I only realised after leaving that the lady who had welcomed my family at the property and given us a private tour of the wine cellars is a countess, and I think that it is wonderful that she is continuing tradition, renovating her family property, and that she is such a kind and thoughtful host. So today I had a wonderful day. Pretty much I chilled at the hotel all day. I spent the day by the pool swimming and sunbathing, and it does so much good for me to spend time in the sun because I feel like the sun gives me energy and makes me feel healthier. So it was such a lovely day, and I got a really nice tan, so that makes me very happy. And I ate lunch at the hotel as well because they have really good homemade food. So I had a homemade pasta with aglione, which is like a local garlic that's really large, and it's from this region in Tuscany, and it's quite mild in flavour because of its large size, and it's the season for it, so it was really delicious. I loved it. And yes, tomorrow I leave for Florence, so I'm going to be packing my suitcase tonight. But yeah, it's nice to just have a chill day sometimes and balance the days where you do lots of sightseeing and walk around lots of museums with days where you just pretty much chill and do nothing. So I appreciated the time to just unwind and really just have a peaceful day. So yeah. So today is my last day in the AgriTourismo in Tuscany, and I'm leaving to go to Florence, and I had a wonderful time here. I hope you enjoyed discovering this beautiful part of Italy. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to join me on more adventures, and tune in next week to join me as I explore Florence. I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you, and I will see you next time. Bye!